Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial. We welcome you all back to our show, as well as tuning in to our online affiliates around the world. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. Moshe Malamud is making his first appearance on our program today. Moshe is the CEO of M2Jets. We're going to talk to him not only about what it's been like for him to see the way that people are responding to M2Jets, but also the great events they've been a part of, not only for entertainment, but also some important events as well. And then we'll let you all know about what is it that sets M2Jets apart from other services that are out there and how you all can find out more information. Moshe, hello to you and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Cyrus.
We're really excited to speak with you. I know that one of the things that happened to you recently that M2Jets was a part of was, of course, bringing people to the Superbowl events. We'll kind of begin the conversation there because one thing that has kind of set M2Jets apart is not only the convenience but the luxury aspects. What has it been like for you to see the response so far?
Well, it was great being in Minneapolis. It was great being a part of, this is our 11th Super Bowl that we've been to and shuttling people in and out. Always a very interesting experience getting people in and out of what we consider Super Bowl frenzy. It is by far the biggest day for private aviation. The estimated private jets that fly into a typical Super Bowl is anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500. We don't have an exact final count of this year's Super Bowl. Of course, a lot of challenges getting in and out of Minneapolis, given the cold weather, the ice conditions, and
right.
the accessibility to the airports, and the amount of parking spots to the area airports. So every Super Bowl presents its challenges. This year was a little bit more unique, but Minneapolis was really responded well to Super Bowl's biggest day.
Yeah, for sure. Moshe, let's talk about this experience. As you mentioned, it's your 11th Super Bowl. And like I said, you've been able to be a part of other entertainment-type events. I know you've even taken individuals to festivals, but even being a part of some things that have been able to help people that have found themselves in some distressful situations as well. How did this all begin for you when it comes to M2Jets? Where did the idea come from?
Well, it started about 15 years ago when I had the need to fly back and forth between the East Coast and the Caribbean. And we were working on a hotel casino project down in Antigua and St. Kitts, and didn't have a lot of direct flights. And I found myself flying between New York and Detroit to meet my partners and hopping on their plane. And it became a very, very big inconvenience. And I had an opportunity to buy an aircraft. Purchasing an aircraft is not an inexpensive activity, but maintaining one is even more difficult. So I found myself being in a situation of being able to afford the aircraft, but not being able to maintain the daily operations, the hangar fees, the pilots. And so I reached out to a bunch of buddies and told them I've got a plane, and the cost of charter at the time was extremely expensive. And I invited them to participate in some of the costs of the plane, and it ended up being a pretty profitable activity. It started out as a hobby, and we ultimately bought another aircraft and then a larger aircraft, and today what started out as a hobby has become a very lucrative business for us.
For sure. And there's two things that you're able to kind of combine, especially for individuals that are going to events, as I mentioned, like whether it's a festival or an event like the Super Bowl or anything else that is special for them, or even just when it comes to travel, and that being, of course, the saving of time, and then the convenience and the comfort. I mean, I noticed in one video that I saw when I was prepping for this segment, Moshe, that, you were kind of walking us through, some of the luxurious aspects of the jet. I mean, talk to us about the importance of paying attention to detail. How has that kind of set you apart when it comes to what you've been able to do at M2Jets?
Well, flying privately gives the client, the passenger, the freedom to control their travel on their own terms. And that's primarily why people fly private. The differentiation between flying privately and flying commercially is you get to tell the pilots when to go and where to go. Most people fly privately primarily, not specifically for the experience, but primarily for the ability to go and come when you want. Luxury, of course, is a very important aspect to flying privately. You want to be able to get in your car, drive up to the plane, and go from point to point, but you also want to have a great experience. So many of our clients have special catering needs, both from a dining experience and beverages to the type of newspapers that they want on board to the audio-video experience that they have on board. And we try and provide, every little detail to our clients.
Yeah, and being able to do that definitely makes, of course, their experience well. But you also are in a business, and I noticed this even again when I was prepping for this, Moshe, that word of mouth is very important for your line of work as well, and for what you've been able to build with M2Jets. Has that been part of the personal satisfaction you have, that those who do fly with you, how excited they are to be able to share that experience with other people?
Absolutely. So, our motto is flying M2Jets. Is all about the personal touch. It's the personal touch that makes flying privately truly about you, the client. We take pride in crushing our competitors because we focus on our client, and it is a word-of-mouth business. It's being able to satisfy and to take care of your client, and when you have 10 people on board and they're happy, they'll tell another 10 people about that, and we really, really pay attention to the client, to the detail of the trip, to every aspect of getting our client from point to point and making sure that, the definition of luxury is worry-free. We want you to get on board, not worry about, the plane taking off on time, getting you to where you need to go. Type of people who we fly, time is extremely important to them. If it's an artist, a celebrity, a hedge fund manager, or a real estate executive, time is extremely important to them, and the purpose that they fly privately is so they can hit their destination, make their meetings in time, or sometimes hit 5 meetings in a single day. That's virtually impossible to do when you're flying commercially.
Right. For sure. And again, definitely makes something like M2Jets something that becomes in demand because you're able to fit those needs. And we're going to talk more about that aspect as well. Moshe, I want to say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live today. We're speaking to the CEO of M2Jets, Moshe Malamud, is with us. We're talking with him not only about how M2Jets all began, but also what it's been like for him to provide the services that they are, but also to be a part of some special events as well. We mentioned the word of mouth aspect of it, but also there's the aspect of you being an entrepreneur. You're willing to take the chance. And I think that's one of the big parts of the story for me, Moshe. I mean, what made you want to be able to take this move? You shared with us a story of the inconvenience of traveling that you had experienced. But, there are a lot of people out there who have gone through similar experiences, and they just kind of sit back and talk about what they might do. You were able to take the steps necessary to build something like M2Jets. Where do you think that initiation came from?
Well, it's a combination of, being in a situation where I had to fly privately. Flying commercially wasn't really an option for me. So it primarily was for the convenience. It wasn't for the luxury of it. And sitting, when you have to fly, for example, from New York to Miami, you got to arrive at the airport 2 hours before your flight, only to find out that there's a mechanical, there's a delay. The flight itself is a 3-hour flight. And then once you land, there's a delay getting to your gate. It's a 30-minute experience getting your luggage and getting out of the airport. So taking a 7:00 flight from New York, for example, to Miami International, starts at 4:00. You got to wake up at 4:00, shower, prepare your luggage, race to the airport. You've got to be there at least an hour and a half before. You're not landing till 10:00, and you're out of the airport at 11:00. So this experience is a half-a-day experience, and if you're going for a short meeting, you got to race back to the airport. Flying privately gives you the convenience of, making it to your 7:00 flight 5 minutes before 7, 5 minutes of 7, getting on that plane. It's a 2-hour flight, not a 3-hour flight. Having your car waiting for you when you land, and you're at your meeting at 10:00. And you're back on that plane by noon. So having lived it, having experienced it, and being able to share this experience with other people is what created this business, and it has allowed us to expand and create the brand that we're so fortunate to have today.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the other thing about what you've done, Moshe, is that you have expanded beyond just offering something of value for those who are traveling for business or for pleasure, but also those in need. How has that been for you to know that you're able to provide a service? Because I noticed on the website, and we could definitely invite our audience to head over there, it's M2Jets.com. They're able to find out even when it comes to emergency situations. And I saw a great story about this as well. Well, talk to us about what that experience has been like for you to be a part of helping individuals out of troublesome situations.
Business is being able to help people who are truly in need. Totally disconnected from the business part of this. Being able to help, situations that we've experienced recently with the disaster in Houston, or the hurricanes in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The relief efforts that we do as a company. Being able to get a call from a community in need, and load a plane up with supplies, with doctors and other professionals, being able to fly down on a moment's notice and help people or evacuate people. That for us is absolutely the most satisfying part of this business, is taking a business that we have and using it to help other people.
Right. For sure. And I think the helping of other people definitely, I think, is at the heart of any great business organization, being able to put the people there first. And again, goes to really what you've been able to do, Moshe, with M2Jets, and being able to put people first when it comes to their own needs. So, even though you have been able to grow and you've been able to do some amazing things, do you still find yourself as the businessman, as an entrepreneur, looking for other ways that you can be able to grow and expand when it comes to M2Jets?
Well, we're constantly expanding our fleet. We differentiate ourselves from other people in this business by not just only brokering planes, but we own a fleet of aircraft. We're constantly looking to expand that fleet of aircraft, expand our services beyond just the flight. We've recently established a concierge business and a lifestyle business that allows our clients to go beyond just the flight. If it's dining experience or it's connecting one of our business executives with an artist. In Minneapolis, we had the opportunity to partner with one of the venues and bring some of our celebrity clients to perform in Minnesota. You speak about giving back. We're always looking to connect a child who's terminally ill and their dying request is to meet one of the celebrities who fly with us and giving them an experience, an end-of-life experience that is meaningful to them. We're taking a sick kid to experience, a couple of days down at the beach, while they're free from treatment. So taking all these experience and taking the people who we're so fortunate to meet through this business and putting them together is also a great experience for us.
For sure. And I know it's only the beginning of other things that are to come. Again, everyone, Moshe Malamud has been our guest. Great conversation with you, Moshe. Moshe is the CEO of M2Jets. We've been talking to him not only about how M2Jets all came about, but also what it's been like for him to be a part of some great events, including this year's Super Bowl. And as he mentions, they've now had 11 Super Bowl experiences they've been able to be a part of, but also being able to make a difference in the lives of others through their services as well. I think Moshe is another great example of individuals who've been able to not only to have an idea, but willing to do the work as well. So, Moshe, if our audience wants to find out more information about M2Jets, the best place for them to go is a website I mentioned, M2Jets.com?
M2Jets.com, or they're welcome to call one of our ambassadors. But M2Jets.com has information about our company, and we'll be happy to service anyone out there in need.
All right. Well, Moshe, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it, and it goes without saying, you're welcome back here anytime. Looking forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, you do the same thing. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late and missed part of the conversation with Moshe, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites, so head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there, too. I want to thank our good friend Zach Tepperman for setting up this conversation for us for today. And thank all of you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.